Hello guys, welcome back. So you have probably seen a whole bunch of videos about how you can convert your old Shopify templates, or let's just call it pages, to the new, the new Dawn theme Shopify 2.0 template pages that has this really awesome feature. It's on all, well, usually it was on the homepage, but now you can have it on all your new pages. And yeah, so there's a whole bunch of videos out there now showing us how to convert our old templates to the new ones. But one thing that I've noticed that a lot of these guys are not really saying, and I don't know why, I don't, maybe it's a marketing thing or something, but when you convert your old template, well, this is old one, to the new one, you'll essentially lose all of your data, all of your settings that you have programmed into your sections. Like if you have a whole bunch of sections, like this one. So I mean, this is already, I've already converted this one, but there's a section here with a whole bunch of blocks. If you convert this over to the new Shopify 2.0 template, the JSON template, you won't have anything here. It will just be blank. It will just be default. It will just be the preset sections. It's the same as adding a new section, so there'll be nothing there. So if you spend hours, designing your page maybe, or setting it up or whatever, you won't have anything there after you have converted or migrated your current page to the new one. So in this video, I am specifically going to show you how you can, not really how you can convert it, because that's already been done, but mainly how you can restore all of your current settings to the new JSON template page, so you don't have to go through the process of redesigning everything again. So I guess if you don't have a lot of settings, I guess it's fine, but this is mainly for people who have like a ton of sections on their pages, and they just don't want to go through all of that again, and they just want to restore it and have the Shopify 2.0 add section feature, and take advantage of that. So let's jump straight into it. So if you already have the Dawn theme, what you need to do first is, let's just take a look at this. We are going to go and get this template starter code. So inside of our Dawn theme, just go into your pages and just create a new page. I've already created one here. So after you've done that, head on over to the code editor and just find your new page. Okay, so I'll open up this new page. So this right here is what I meant by starter code. So we're just going to copy this. Okay, then we'll head on over to our old template page, and in here, let me just check what's our next step. We need to delete our old one and then create a new JSON template. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the code editor for my old template. So yeah, this is the template for my current page, my collection page, and at the moment there's just this in here. There's nothing else, so I don't have to like transfer all of the code that's in here into this section. So that's great. So that means I can delete this template, yes. But before I delete it, I'm just going to copy this, because I'm going to need this line of code. Just copy this, and I'm actually going to just quickly paste it in here, because I'm going to have to do this anyway. I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to save it. So now I'm going to delete this file, and then I am going to, in my template, create a new one, JSON, and I'm just going to say, where's collection. I guess I don't have to name it. There's no name, so just create it. So now that we are here, we have created a new one. This page isn't actually saved. Like, yeah, if I search for it even here, collection, it's already collection. If I look at my template, it's not here, so it's not technically saved, even though you created it. And you can't save it like this. You need to add some content in here. So this is why I said we need to get our starter code. I'm just going to copy this. So we're done here. I'm just going to leave this. I'm not going to save anything. I'm going to close my Dawn theme, and I'm going to paste our new code here, and that's it. Okay, I'm going to save it. Okay, and now we need to create new settings. Okay, so what I mean by that is we need to I need to reload this page. But before I reload this page, I first need to find the old settings. I first need to find the settings for this page before I reload it. So there are basically several ways you can find the settings for your old page, and like if you have an option in here on the settings where you can type some words in, that's one way you can find those words inside of your code editor. all the settings that, previously, all the settings in our previous Shopify store got saved inside of a file named settings, settings data. So all of our settings got saved in here, and we're not going to change anything in here, because if you change anything in here, it's the same as hitting the reset button on your theme, and you'll start from scratch again, I think. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're not going to mess with this. We're just going to look for something. So if you're able to type text in here, maybe you have a section that has a text box, you can use that to find, because we need to find some of these settings in this file. But in this case, we can't look for these tag names, because these are just tag names. They don't actually exist inside of this settings. These are all ID names, and in like Shopify developers, they don't really use the same ID names, as they don't use the same tag names and ID names. So we are going to have to figure something out. We're going to have to look for collection template. I think that's one of the names they definitely use. And then we're going to have to look for these two numbers, 3 and 4. And then we will probably have to see if we find 2 checkboxes below that, and checkboxes will say true or false. So, okay, I already typed it in here, collection template. Okay, so there's 3 and 4. Let's just take a look. 3, 4, check. So which is true and true. But let's just look again. So it's scrolling to the second one now. So there's a 2 and 6. Okay, 2 and 6, 2 and 4, 3 and 4. So I'm looking for 3 and 4. So it's true, and then there's a false, and then there's another true. Okay, so it's true, false, true, grid. Okay, grid, and then there's a false and true. Okay, so these settings right here, this is basically the settings that makes up, or that's saved and linked to this section. Okay, so whatever section you have, you can find the code for that section the same way I'm doing right here. Yeah, so we are just going to use these settings. But before we do that, we need to refresh this page. Now we are going to reload this page, and this is going to be the default collection template, and it's going to have the new add section feature. Okay, so my collection page is kind of messed up, but that's okay. So yeah, so now we have the add section, but we don't have our old settings here, and as you can see, it's just default. And that's what will happen with all of your sections that you've added here. So what we're going to do now is we'll go into our code editor again. I think we can come back to this, because we're going to have to refresh the page. Let's just copy this, or let's just copy this line, just leave it in there. Okay, now let's go to our collection. Now what we need to do is we need to create new settings. Like I said here, create new settings, and the way we do that is we just change something here. We just enable that and save it. That way, when you save it, it's going to write new code into this collection folder. Okay, so now we'll be able to see where we can paste our new settings, or copy paste. Okay, collection folder. So here's our new settings, and you can see that the layout is exactly the same as we saw in here. 3 and 4. Yeah, if we select the opening and closing curly brace, and we highlight everything, we'll see it's exactly the same as it is in here. Well, I mean, it will just say something different, like false and true, but it's exactly the same. And that's basically how you restore your settings for your section back to its original or previous. So I'm just going to copy all of this, and we just need to make sure that there's no extra stuff in here. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Collection template. Yeah, so I'm just going to select the opening curly brace and just highlight everything like I did here. Just make sure. And now I'm just going to paste this here and save it. No errors. So now if I reload this page, everything will just be like it was before. So everything is checked. Everything looks exactly the same as it did when we started, and we have our new, well, we basically have the new JSON template. And that's how you restore your old settings back. So it's just a longer process if you have more sections, but yeah, you don't have to go through all of, how did I do here again? You might have to take pictures and look at all of that again. So you can just do it like this. And once you do the first one, you kind of get a hang of it, and you'll know exactly what to look for to restore your other section settings. Well, I hope that was helpful. Thanks for watching.